there are very positive developments. Let's take the reaction to the George Floyd murder. There's an enormous reaction all over the country, completely unprecedented. There's been nothing like it. There have been reactions to police murders before, but they were localized in the place where it happened. So in Los Angeles 30 years ago, you may recall the Rodney King, a black man practically beaten to death by police. There were riots for a week, 60 people killed, called in federal troops, but it was in Los Angeles. There have been others since. There's been nothing like this. All over the country, people are aroused, enormous crowds, solidarity, black and white, even support from the highest military command. The former chiefs of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, top of the military, have expressed support for the protesters. All of this is completely without precedent. And there's widespread concern all over that this neoliberal system has to be overthrown and changed, even in the most extraordinary places. So the leading business journal in the world is the Financial Times of London, business journal, had an editorial saying we have to have radical changes, their word, in the socioeconomic system. This is a disaster. There's plenty of force for it, but it has to be organized. Those who created the system are hard at work to make sure that it remains, even in a harsher form, with more surveillance, more control. They're working on it right now. I can give you details. Trump, for example, right during the pandemic, is using the opportunity to continue to expand a deregulation. More free to do it. He's trying to make these destruction of the regulatory apparatus permanent, quietly, while nobody's looking. I've mentioned what they're doing with the bailout. All efforts to ensure that the system remains. And if people don't get organized to stop it, that's what will happen. So yes, there's plenty of energy, plenty of enthusiasm, has to be organized.
I mean, is it true? I mean, would it be true to say that you're 91 years old? Do you now see that your long struggle of activism and of other people like yourself, and in recent times, Bernie Sanders, who's, I think he's had a role to play in raising consciousness in the new generation, which may have contributed to some degree to what has now happened. You've set up.
There's more organized activism today than.
Along with Bernie and other people, you've set up